Life matters because you are important and you matter. Your life has purpose. Your story is important. Your dreams count. Your voice matters. Your presence on this earth makes a difference whether you see it or not. Life matters because every life is precious. Welcome to Life Matters podcast. I'm Mona Alhariri. Today my topic is going to be very interesting and important to parents, youth, and to all of us in general. It's about emotional intelligence and how important for teens. So, is it that important for teens? I'm going to say in a handy little nutshell, yes. Just as it's important for adults, the concepts of social and emotional functioning play a key role in adolescents and teenagers. So, emotional intelligence in teens covers their ability to use emotions effectively and productively in an adaptive way. Let me tell you what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is one's ability to be intelligent with their emotions. How? More specifically, it is the ability to do what? To recognize and understand and manage your own emotions. Also, to understand how others might feel and why being empathetic. What does it mean, empathetic? It means to sense people's emotions and manage your emotional reactions and choose a different mood or feeling. So, this is what is about emotional intelligence. A person with emotional intelligence has a good handle on their emotions. In fact, they are so good with managing emotions that they are okay with the strong feelings of others as well. Emotional intelligence leads a person to develop a variety of skills. So why do we have to show and teach youth about emotional intelligence? Now, one of the reasons is that teens might lack emotional intelligence. Why is that? Because teens are still developing parts of the brain that might inhibit their ability to be aware. The prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain which governs reason and logic, is still developing. That's why. For the most part, because teens lack a fully developed prefrontal cortex, they can be emotional and impulsive and lack some degree of emotional intelligence. So when teens are emotionally aware, there is much to be gained. Now, what are the benefits to growing more emotionally intelligent? It's better relationships, healthier responses to life, feelings of confidence, ability to be self-aware, being empathetic, and ability to regulate emotions, having improved social skills, and better decision-making. It's the ability to identify that emotions are driving decisions. Being assertive and ability to be happier more often and ability to problem solve. So these are the benefits to growing more emotionally intelligent. Now these skills can make a significant difference in the lives of teens. This is especially true if a teen is having a challenging time with their peers or with family relationships. Supporting them in becoming more emotionally intelligent can bring about many benefits they can carry into adulthood. Now, often teens need guidance with what to do with their emotions. For some teens, emotions come on strongly and they may not have the tools to manage those emotions. Now, so how can we help and support them to become more emotionally intelligent? What we have to do is to talk about emotional intelligence. It means discuss what it means with them. Practice emotional intelligence at home. Becoming emotionally intelligent takes practice. It does. So it means remembering to be aware. Awareness doesn't come because you want it to come. Doesn't come this way. It requires a choice, a conscious decision to be aware of one's feelings. So parents can help their teens with this by asking their teens what? They will ask them, how do you feel about that? And also they will ask them, what was your first reaction? What fears or anxieties are getting in your way? So, model emotional intelligence. Your teen can learn to bring emotional intelligence into their own life when they see it first in yours. When they see that you are okay with emotions and that you have the ability to be with them calmly, that can help them grow their own ability to do the same. So they have to see it in your life first. Attend workshops or trainings together. This is very important. Also, attend like online quiz and find out just how emotionally intelligent you are. You and your teen may want to do this together. This will be awesome. Take an online quiz to assess your skills and abilities. Also have your teen attend a support group, for example, focused on emotional intelligence. This is a really good idea. So some things do not happen overnight. Emotional intelligence doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. It's important to remember that emotional intelligence is a skill that grows over time. It's like working out at the gym, for example. When you work out in the gym, those muscles will take time to build, right? So it's similarly, those emotional muscles will take a few months, sometimes years, to grow stronger. So now let me talk about what is EQ and IQ and what's the difference between them. This is very important also. Everything I'm talking about for our youth and adults and everyone, it's very important. Now, before elucidating, which means explaining, this is another word for explaining. Before doing this, the difference between IQ and EQ, let us first understand what these terms actually mean. EQ, or say emotional quotient. Quotient, quotient, which means EQ, refers to a person's ability to understand her emotion along with the other person's emotions, whereas IQ stands for intelligence quotient, indicates a person's intelligence level. So many people hold that IQ is more important for a person to achieve success in life, while researchers hold that people with high EQ are more successful in their careers. So IQ is a measure of the intelligence level of an individual that is reflected in the score obtained by the person in the intelligence test as compared to the scores received by other people of the same age in the same test. This is how we measure the IQ. Whereas the EQ, it is a measure of the emotional intelligence level of an individual, which divides between different feelings and use this intelligence to guide thinking and behavior. So IQ is a number obtained from standardized intelligence test, which is standard intelligence test, which represents an individual's ability of logical reasoning. A person's success in school depends on his IQ level, whereas a person's EQ level reflects his success in real life. So the person's success in school, we all know, depends on his IQ level, whereas person's EQ level reflects his success in real life. Now, the EQ measures an individual's social and emotional ability to recognize one's own and other person's emotional expression, whereas IQ measures a person's academic reasoning ability. EQ is acquired and improved, as opposed to IQ is an ability you are born with. So IQ is an ability you are born with. A person with good EQ can recognize, control, and express one's own emotions, perceive and assesses others' emotions. Now, on the other hand, a person with a high IQ can learn, understand, and implement knowledge, and possesses logical reasoning and abstract thinking. So, high emotional intelligence can be seen in leaders, captains, managers, and people with social challenges. Unlike intelligence quotient, identifies people with high intellect, common sense, mental challenges. Now, by the way, let me explain the meaning of intelligence quotient. It means is a measure of your ability to solve problems. This is what it means, intelligence quotient. So here I want to continue by saying, how can youth know they are emotionally intelligent? How can they know this? The answer is setting boundaries, apologizing, being socially and self-aware, and honing in on their communication skills are all signs your teen is becoming more emotionally intelligent and perfecting the attitudes that will one day serve them well in their relationships, their career, and their life. So the signs that shows that youth are emotionally intelligent, I'm going to mention them now. How do you know that your youth are emotionally intelligent? They're going to be empathetic. They're good in communicators. They have self-control. They think about feelings. They're self-aware. And they apologize. They are not afraid to be themselves. They let go of their mistakes. Last but not least, they realize the importance of setting boundaries. So the signs that shows that youth are emotionally intelligent, they are empathetic, they're good communicators, they have self-control, they think about feelings, they're self-aware, they apologize, and they are not afraid to be themselves. They let go of their mistakes and disappointments. They realize the importance of setting boundaries. So I want to say that it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. If you want to build a strong relationship with your teen, I'm talking to parents. If you want to build a strong relationship with your teen, check your ego. So raising teens today is a resource and safe zone for parents to share the joys and challenges. Now, the role of youths in nation building is more important than you might think. In other words, in intelligence and work of the youth will take the country on the pathway of success. They are building blocks of a country. The youth is the hope of our future. Now, the importance of youth, because they will be our future, today they might be our partners. Tomorrow they will go on to become leaders, believe it or not. So the youths are very energetic and enthusiastic. Enthusiastic means eager. They have the ability to learn and adapt to the environment. Similarly, they are willing to learn and act on it as well to achieve their goals. Now, our youth can bring social reform and can improve the condition of society. We cannot make do without the youth. We cannot. Furthermore, the nation requires their participation to achieve the goals and help in taking the country towards progress with our youth. Likewise, we see how the development of any country requires active participation from youth. The role of youths is crucial. It doesn't matter which field we want to progress in, whether it is the technical field or sports field. Youth is needed always. It is up to us how to help the youth in playing this role properly. We must make all the youth aware of their power and the role they have to play in nation building. We have to be proud of them because youth is the hope of the nation. There are many ways in which we can help the youth of our country to achieve their potential. That's why life matters for every one of us. So till we meet again with my next new episode, stay safe, take care. I'm Mona Alhariri.